I'm recording me, not anybody, so that you know I've spotlighted my video. All right. Settle in. Feel your breath. And just become aware of the breath. And as you do that, you might take a longer, deeper inhale. And stretch out your exhale. Follow that exhale all the way out. And feel into your hips as you breathe. So you're feeling into your sit bones, your whole pelvis, pelvic bowl, breathing downward. Maybe allowing your sit bones and your butt to relax and just drop down a couple. You can imagine like a little tendrils of roots growing down through the floor into the earth. And then breathe up to shoulders, chest, upper back, feeling for you're rooted now, and then you're rising up out of that, growing up tall like a little sprout. And create space with your breath. If that feels good to you, you can breathe all the way up to chest, heart lifting up across the collarbones. And feel your neck and your jaw. And just feel if there's any gripping or tightness there. So pick one of those spots, your hips, your neck, your jaw, your shoulders. One of those 4 spots. We tend to hold tightness in one of those spots. They can be, an assortment of stuff from your day, from your week, resting in there. And I want you to pick one spot so you can focus on it through our whole class. So you could focus on your jaw, your shoulders, your neck, or your hips. And take 2 more breaths as you feel into your spot. All right, open your eyes and stack your left knee on top of your right. And we'll go into a side bend here. You'll take your left hand out. I'm not mirroring you, so you know. Left hand is out, right arm's gonna come up. Exhale into your side bend. Spread out the bones of your feet and feel your sit bones rooting into the earth. And reaching into the side bend, just getting that stretch through the whole right side of your body, and find a comfortable way for your head to hang, your neck to relax, and drag your left shoulder down away from your ear. Now breathe even more space into right hip, right ribs, right side. And use your exhale to let your head hang a little bit more. Find a relaxed neck. Maybe you open up your mouth slightly just to let that jaw truly go. I'm feeling your hips here. Rooting your sit bones down. Take your top arm, reach it to the side, coming into a neck release. As you let your head hang over to the side, you might be getting a good stretch across the right side of your neck. If it doesn't feel good, back up out of it. And spread your breath into the right side of your neck. And then easing your way up, reaching with your right arm, pick your heavy head up and come up. We'll take a forward fold here, reach your arms up, exhale your right elbow on top of the left into eagle. Lift your elbows up, relax the shoulders down, spread your feet open. And you could stay right here. This might feel really great on your upper back and your shoulders. You might have a little room and interest in folding forward. Do what feels good. Feel free to try it and then decide that's not for you. You could also put a block down and come up onto the knees or up a little bit higher. Like I'm feeling like a block might help me get the most out of it. So yeah. So breathing into your upper back and the space between your shoulder blades. All right, releasing the wrap of the arms first, then coming up. Change the cross of your legs. Let's go to the second side. You can stack the knees or straighten the bottom leg. Sorry, I didn't tell you that earlier. You can have the bottom leg straight if it's hard to have your feet back like this. Take your right hand out, drag your right shoulder blade down, inhale the left arm up, exhale the arm up and over by your ear. Shoulders down, let your head hang straight over to the side. And deepen your breath. On exhale, reach the arm back to the side, taking that neck release. Relax bottom jaw away from top jaw, letting the head hang if it feels good, and feeling both sit bones rooting into the earth. Right. Easing your way up, help the heavy head upright. Inhale, reach your arms up. This time, take the left elbow on top of the right. Shoulders down, you could stay right here. This might feel best. You're welcome to fold forward. Continue to feel the deepest breath you can now. Just feeling your breath kind of penetrating the layers, the outermost layer, that physical layer. Well, the breath has a way of penetrating all the way through to our more emotional and energetic layer. That's the layers of ourself. And then release the arms, unwind. You're going to come forward to all fours. And let's do some wrist stretching here because we are going to have some time on the hands. Turn your fingers to point back towards your knees. Spread out the fingers. You can open up your wrists a little bit this way. See how I'm leaning back, my butt back on the heels, the toes tucked under. This feels really good to me and opens up the backs of the toes. But you have to find you, find out what works for you. Palms facing up, same thing, leaning back if you like. And then moving through some cat-cows. Let's come into downward facing dog for a few breaths and walk it out. You might not be ready for downward dog. Feel free to continue with your cat cows if you want. If you're in downward dog, bend one knee and then the other. Just walking it out nice and easy. Let's come forward to a plank, just to turn on the muscles that we'll use later in inversion. So knitting your front ribs in, pressing the earth away, make your spine one long line, reach back through the heels, forward through the chest and the heart, draw the arm bones back, pull the belly in and reach more back through your heels. And really knit the front ribs in towards your back body. So it might be visible on me. I'm pressing into the mat and I'm pulling my front ribs in and up away from the floor, but my hips stay level. Another couple breaths here. So this kind of strength and power through the body you use when you invert. And then head on back to downward dog. You can take your right leg up, bend the knee, and circle it out. You can do this on all fours if you like. If you want to down level today, all fours is great. Take it in the opposite direction. Reach the leg straight back. And exhale, bring your right foot through between your hands. Keep the back heel up. So you're in the runner's lunge. Come up onto your fingertips. Make your spine really long. Reach back through the heel, forward through the chest. So feel that your legs are so powerful and turned on, so is your core, that you could actually lift up the hands up off of the mat. Really turn on that way. And then take a twist. Left hand down, right arm up. And drag the shoulders down, open up the chest. Hand down. Step back. We're going to come into plank again. Draw the arm bones back. You're clawing, so really bend that last knuckle of each finger and press the fingertips into the mat like a little claw. And you're rooting down into the first knuckle and the fingertips. Feel that. And that should help your wrists. If you feel any wrist challenge, you can always come down onto your forearms. Reach back through the heels. Press the earth away, pulling the ribs in. Drag shoulders away from the ears. Deepen your breath. Reach back through the heels. And come back into downward dog. You're going to take your left leg up and back, bend the knee, and circle it out. And then go the other way. And bring your left foot forward. Be light on the fingertips. Reach back strongly through the back leg. Draw your arm bones back. And take a twist. Bring the hand down. One more time in a plank. Again, this could be on all fours. You could have your knees down if you need to. And you could also be on your forearms. That'll take the weight off the wrist entirely. Otherwise, finger pads, drawing the arm bones back. Really strong engaged core. And push back through heels, forward through chest and heart. Deepen your breath. And then come down, bring your knees down. A modification of child's pose, you're going to put your elbows down, your butt's up a little bit to set up here, and your elbows come down. And you can walk the elbows away, and then reach your hips back, letting your forehead rest on the mat. Your hands could, palms on the shoulders or hands in prayer. Do what feels good to you. And take a couple breaths here. Breathe into your spot, your hips, your neck, your jaw, your shoulders. All right, releasing, come up. We're going to come down onto the back and do some abdominal work. So we've already strengthened and warmed up the core doing those planks. But a little more is always good. Okay, so elbow to knee. You can find a wall, put your feet on the wall, or keep your feet down. That's a good down level. If you're on your moon time today and you want to down level it, I recommend doing this. Abs can feel really good to move your energy around. Clasp your hands behind your head. Inhale, head and shoulder blades up. Press the lower back down. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the right, straighten the left leg. Pull the lower belly down towards spine. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath, press lower back down, curl tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the left, straighten the right leg, pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Rest head into the hands, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist right, straighten left leg, pull belly down. Inhale, back to center, hold breath, press lower back into the mat, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist left, straighten right leg, pull belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath, press lower back into the mat, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist right, straighten left leg, pull belly down. Inhale, come back to center, hold the breath, press lower back down, curl tailbone up. Exhale, twist left, straighten right leg, pull belly down. Come back to center. We're gonna do 4 more on each side, on your own. I lost count. Do 1 more. Release, hug your knees into your chest. Deepen your breath, take a little rock side to side. All right, neck and jaw people, make sure you're not clamping your jaw and tightening your neck as you do abs. We're gonna go into frog lifting through. So your thigh bones go straight out, legs are at a 90-degree angle. You can always have your feet on a desk, a bureau, a wall, a bed, whatever you got, if you need some help there. Clasp the hands, rest your head into your hands. Inhale, head and shoulder blades up. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, send the thigh bones out, pull belly down towards the spine. Flex your feet, spread open the bones of your feet. Inhale, rest head into the hands, elbows straight up. Exhale, curl tailbone up, send thigh bones out, pull the belly down. Okay, do 6 more on your own. It's a curling of the tailbone upward and you're pulling the belly down. Really feel your flexed feet and send the thigh bones out. Release your head down. Take your hands around your outer thighs. Give yourself a big hug. And take a couple breaths here. All right. Let's roll over to one side and come around. We're going to start with dolphin. Okay, dolphin pose. So set up. Put your elbows down, shoulder distance apart. You can choose to clasp your hands or not. You could have the forearms parallel. And come on into it. Just plain old dolphin today. Ten full breaths in dolphin, unless you need to come down. Feet are hip distance apart. Reach your inner thighs back, your heels straight back and down towards the earth. If you're hamstring injured ever, you just send those heels upward. Inhale, press forward and down through your whole forearm. Wrap your shoulders as you exhale. Squeeze those elbows towards each other to turn on your pecs. That's going to wrap your shoulder blade away from the spine. You got 3 more breaths here. All right, come on down and make your way up to the front of your mat. Sun salutations. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Lunge, right knee back and down to the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Hands down, step back to plank. Feel that strong plank. Knees can always come down. Lower slowly down. Low cobra, inhale. Exhale, back to downward dog. Lunge, right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down. Step up to the front of the mat. Inhale, ride the breath, come up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Lunge, left knee back and down. Inhale. Hands down, step back to plank. Low cobra. Exhale. Downward dog. Step your left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands down. Step up to the front of the mat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Right foot back, keep the knee up. Inhale. And get your hips down low as the front knee if you can, and reach more back through your back leg. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. All right, put the hands down, step back to plank. Exhale, you can lower down with knees down or not. Inhale. Exhale back to downward dog. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Keep the left knee up. Inhale, come up. Pause, breathe. And get down deep. Reach back through the back heel. Exhale the hands down. Step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to heart. Last one like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Lunge, left knee back. Inhale. Hands down, step back to plank. Exhale, lower. Low cobra. Exhale back, downward dog. Lunge, left foot forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down. Step up to the front of your mat. And inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. We're gonna come into dolphin at the wall. So you wanna set up at the wall if you're not already, head there. And if you don't have a wall, you'll be doing dolphin with one leg up. So dolphin like we just did in the middle of your room, and you take one leg up, 5 breaths each leg. Or you're gonna do this dolphin at the wall. And we might add in the variation of taking a leg up. I'll show you that if you don't know it. So there's no really perfect measurement for this. You want to make an L shape with your body, and your head does not touch the floor. You can do forearms parallel. I like to clasp my hands for this one. All right, so I've got my elbows where I know I need them. I'm kind of making that adjustment because I know my body, but feel free to come up and come back down if you feel like you're not quite in an L. You want your hips over your shoulders and your elbows shoulder distance apart. And then maybe you take one leg up. 5 breaths each leg, or 10 breaths, up to 10 breaths with the feet on the wall. You choose. Find to be in dolphin with one leg up. Deepen your breath, relax your neck, relax your jaw. Let's go to the second side, take the other leg up. And come down. Let's head into downward facing dog. I'm going to keep adjusting my mat. You guys stay at the wall. I'll do this so it's easier to see me. Step your right foot forward into warrior two. Warrior two with shoulder shrugs. So relax the arms in front of your thighs. Inhale into your upper back. Hold the breath. Take the shoulders up by the ears. Shoulders straight back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and draw down. Relax your neck and your jaw. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, move those shoulder blades straight back, together, and down. Bend the elbows. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, send the bottom tips of the shoulder blades and the elbow tips towards each other, squeeze together, and draw down. Relax the arms. We're going to do that whole thing one more time. Inhale into upper back. Hold the breath. Take the shoulders up, shoulders straight back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and draw down. Inhale into upper back. Exhale, move the middle border of the shoulder blades together and draw down. Bend your elbows. Inhale into upper back. Exhale, send the bottom tips of the shoulder blades and the elbow tips towards each other and ease it down. Let's go into reverse warrior. Open the arms out and exhale, reverse. You can have the hand down the leg or the hand on the hip. Deepen the bend in the front knee and feel if you can lift that right hip up away from the right thigh, like this spot right here. You could even put your hand there and lift it up. All right, from here, we're going into triangle pose. Straighten your front leg. You might adjust your feet, hand on the shin or hand on a block. Send your right hip straight back and reach up. Your top hip, it's not stacked, it's slightly forward. Then open up your chest and your heart. And you can let your head hang to relax your neck. You might look down. Here's a great neck variation. Take your top arm, reach it up and over, hold on to the back of your skull, and look up right underneath your bicep, your right, pretty much right in your armpit. There you go. And send that elbow forward. Relax your jaw, relax your neck. And release. Step back. Let's come on down through either upward facing dog or cobra. Back to downward dog. Warrior two. We're going to do another shoulder variation. You're stepping your left foot forward. Your arms are out to the sides. This movement is really just from here up. It's like the base of the shoulder blades and up. Feeling how your shoulder blades glide off of your back. Inhale, open the palms. Send the palms up. Lift the chest, spread the collarbones, draw shoulders away from your ears. Now exhale, slight bow forward, rotating the whole arm bone, spread the shoulder blades across your back, shoulders away from the ears. And do that a few more times, inhaling to open, exhaling to close as you open up your back body. So you open the chest, and the inhale, and you open the back, upper back, and the exhale. Two more. Reverse warrior. Relax the shoulders down. Hand goes to the lower back or down the leg. Really do what feels most supportive to you. You might want to manually lift your left hip up off of the thigh. And come on up and straighten the front leg. You can take that neck release that you did on the other side, really lengthening your spine. Relax jaw. And release. Hands come down. We're gonna head into downward dog at the wall. So your mat is set up the wall. You're gonna do an L shape again at the wall. This time, your shoulders are right over your hands. So if that is too much on your wrist, do dolphin again. Otherwise, you're in downward dog at the wall. So again, you make an L shape only in the downward dog position. So you're on your hands. One leg up, 5 breaths each leg. Or you're in downward dog with one leg up, 5 breaths. If you're in downward dog, to turn on your hamstring, you could kick your heel really strongly into your butt. Really turn on the hamstrings. If you're in the air, push up through your heel to turn on that hammy. You could also take the heel to the butt. Let's change sides. And come on down. Downward facing dog. And step your right foot forward. Come into warrior 2. All right. Extend the arms out, warrior 2. Place right forearm on the thigh. Take the left arm, wrap it around behind your back. And lift up off of that right forearm, so the right shoulder's down, away from your ear. You got a nice deep bend in the front knee. Find a comfortable way for your head to hang. All right, we're gonna come into half moon. So you might need to adjust on your mat to come up and balance in this position. Use a block as needed. And a strong reach through the top leg. You might point through the toes or flex the foot. And let your head hang, you might look down. Traditionally, you're looking forward or up at the top hand. That might be really nice on your neck to look up, to bring the chin slightly in, lengthen the back of the neck and look up so the neck isn't straining. Coming into vertical split. Face the floor, bring your left knee into your chest. You could put a block underneath your hands. And stay here and breathe in this vertical split. If this feels like a lot, you can have both feet down and still be bowing over your front leg. Pyramid pose is what that one is. All right, ease on down. Step back. Let's come down onto the belly and rest the wrists in boat, Shalabhasana. Your arms by your side, palms facing up. Lift the feet, the hands, the heart, and come up. Drag the shoulders away from the ears, reach back through the toes, forward through the chest. And come on down. Back to downward facing dog. Left foot forward, warrior two. Left forearm on the thigh. Take your right arm, wrap it around. Really connect into your spot. Maybe it's the hips, and the hips are getting a lot of nice opening in this standing sequence. Maybe it's your neck. Can you relax the neck and the jaw? Shoulders. Draw that left shoulder down away from your ear. All right, coming on up into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Vertical split, hands down. Turn the right knee in towards your chest. That'll help the hips adjust. And then go straight up, or as straight up as it will go. Fine to have the knees bent. I always need to micro bend. You can see I hyperextend a lot, which means that my legs over straighten. So I have to have a little softer knee. Back of the knee doesn't overstretch, and then it makes me have to engage my quads a lot. All right, release down from that. We are going into handstand. So if you are not handstanding, you can do a downward dog with bent arms. You could do this. That's good. If you're not doing handstand, but you want to do some kind of inversion, pick one of the ones we already did, okay? And handstanders, we're going to take 10 breaths playing with just trying, if you're at that level, I want you to try to balance away from the wall. So what you'll do is bend one knee and try to take the other leg off of the wall and reach it straight up, and then try to get the other foot to meet it. So on your own, about 10 breaths, handstand, or the other variation. So I'm bending one knee and I'm really reaching strongly through that straight leg that's now not on the floor. Pull belly in, try to recreate, whoa, I'm balancing, that was amazing. Recreating plank, it's very similar to what we did starting the class. Okay, finish up, circle out your wrists. Let's make our way back into downward facing dog. And into warrior one. Bring your right foot forward. Okay, let's take a moment just to release the wrists. My wrists need a little bit of a break. So I'm gonna take one hand and stretch it back. You can do one finger at a time. I'm gonna hold all the fingers and pull it back. My thumb is on the back right here of my hand. We'll do that to both hands. And then clasp your hands behind your back. Deepen the bend in your front knee. Really press into the outer edge of the back foot. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, fold. In Humble Warrior, this is a great shoulder and hip opener. And you can relax your neck as well. Drag the shoulders up away from the ears, up your back. And then let the arms come a little further forward if your body allows. Release hands to the mat. Put your back knee down. We're going into lounge lunge. You'll walk your left hand forward and out on a diagonal so that not all your weight is on the wrist, and you're going to lean and lounge into this. So the stretch is on the outer left side of sacrum, and you can be here. You could also put your hand here and traction out there. I have to really pull the pubic bone in. You can see my pretty intense back bend situation. There. All right, from here we're going into pigeon. So bring that right shin across and come into pigeon. All right, from here, you're gonna step back. And let's go right back to downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. We did wrist stretches on the other side. Let's do a couple more. Circle out your wrists. And then clasping your hands, you're just gonna swirl your palms and then try it in the opposite direction of what you just did. So you'll go one direction, circle, and then the other. It's gonna feel a whole lot easier in one way than it does in the other. All right, release, clasp the hands, inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, fold forward. Release your hands to the mat. Put your back knee down. Lounge lunge. So you can do this hip variation if that feels good, tractioning out right at the top where the thigh meets the hip. And I'm out, you can't see it, but my foot, I'm out on the outer edge of that left foot. This is also great. Really do what serves you today. All right, unwind. We're going into forearm balance. If you're not forearm balancing, you can do one of the ones we've already done. You could go back to a
No, pigeon on the other side.
Oh, pigeon. Thank you. Gosh. Thanks, Allison. What would I do without you? That's twice now. This is what happens when I get in my body. I'm like not in teacher brain as much. And I'm like, let's do this fun thing. Okay. Pigeon. Thank you, Allison. All right. Forearm balance. Maybe you're doing forearm balance splits or one of the ones we've already done before, handstand, dolphin at the wall, downward dog at the wall. None of those things sound fun to you? Stand up and do standing balancing pigeon. That looks like this. Those of you that know what you're gonna do, go ahead. You're standing, balancing in pigeon. You're here. That feels really good, so I'm gonna stay. Second side, if you're taking a leg up or if you're in splits. All right, release, come back to your mat, come into downward facing dog. With your right foot forward, and we're gonna go into a warrior two stance. Interlock, reach down and around. Maybe you can bind, maybe you're here doing a half bind again, or a little deeper, somewhere in between there. From here, you're gonna adjust, bringing the back foot forward, coming into your bird of paradise. Those of you that are not in bird of paradise, you get to stand in standing balancing twist. You can come down when you're ready. My body was like really not balancing today. All right, coming down, we're gonna go right into flank stretch. So have all 10 toes pointing the same direction and grab on to your left leg and arc the left ribs. All right, release. Let's come down into boat. Clasp your hands, lift the feet, lift the hands, lift the heart. pull the wrists apart. Your fingers are interlaced, and give your shoulders a little bit of love there. Jaws relaxed, neck is relaxed. So you're not letting your head fall completely forward, but the sides of the neck are long, looking towards the floor in front of you. Like slightly forward and down so that the neck is long, you're not jacking your neck. Okay, let's go back and do the second side. So you're gonna bring your left leg forward into interlock. So you're in warrior two, interlocking. Let your head hang, relax your neck. Bird of paradise. Back foot comes in and you stand. Trying to get where you guys can see me the best. Or you're in standing balancing twist. Coming down, plank. Separate the feet, all 10 toes pointing same direction. Grab onto your right leg, arc the left ribs. All right, unwind. Here are all the fun things that you can do. Downward dog with one leg on the wall. So one foot is down, one leg is up. And you can walk the hands in closer towards that vertical split that we did. So if you can get pretty close, you might be able to come into pigeon on the wall, which looks like this. My top foot, I don't think you can see it. Toes are tucked under. And then I can lift the bottom leg up and I come into pigeon like this, okay? You can be closer to the wall. That might feel better on your shoulders if you can get there. If you're pretty far away from the wall, you could do just a half lotus instead of a pigeon on the wall. And then you have to walk it back out and then go to the second side. Okay, so pigeon at the wall, for those of you that are doing that. For others, you might want to do a handstand variation of like a straddle split or Baddha Konasana, and you can do, if you're doing forearms and you want to do a forearm balance with some fancy legs, do, we call it diving god or goddess. So you take your legs like this, upside down, okay? Imagine, it looks like this. You're here, and then I'm gonna bring one leg. It's so funny, I can see myself doing this. I've never done that before. So the knees really, for me, I have to bring them down more towards the earth than I think. Woohoo! Diving god or goddess. Whatever gender you want to espouse today, go for it, have fun. Or pigeon. I have to get my other leg in pigeon. Or, you know what, if you want to just be in pigeon on the floor, you could do pigeon on the floor. Or a standing balancing pigeon if you didn't do it before. Or handstand straddle, handstand Baddha Konasana. There's a lot of options if you know those words, Sanskrit names. Have a little fun with that. And then when you're ready, you're gonna finish up. Let's finish in a standing forward fold with neck release. So if you're still playing upside down, please keep playing. Standing forward fold, clasping your hands, base of the skull, and just letting the arms hang. So this should traction out your neck. For me, I've really started doing this thing where I like pinch off with my thumb and first finger the base of my neck, and I go up the neck towards the head a couple times, kind of massaging that spot. Ugh. Ugh. And then holding here, just letting my hands kind of find their way, feeling what feels good. Relaxing jaw. If you have hair to pull, you could grab a couple handfuls of hair and pull. That can really feel good. You're not really pulling on your neck if you're in the other position. The only place you pull is here, pulling the hair. All right, come on out of that. We're gonna come into a, this is Stambhasana, fire log pose. You stack your shins like you would stack logs in a fire, flexing the feet. One shin is on top of the other. You might not really stack logs that way. You probably wouldn't start a very good fire. You can put your block underneath if your knee is up. We're gonna start with a little neck release here. Put your palm down underneath your sit bone. I have my left shin on top, so I'm doing the left palm underneath. Lean over to the side and just feel how that feels. Maybe your hand could come here. You want to feel maybe a stretch on the side. Where does it feel good? Relax bottom jaw away from the top jaw. If you want more stretch, take the arm and drape it across the side of your head and let that arm just hang heavy. So you're leaning over, arm is heavy, neck is tractioning. You might turn your head a little more down and find a new stretch. Your arm does not have to be on the head. You could do this right here or here. Couple more breaths, just feeling into all that we've done today, all that you've done today. And then easing the hand out from underneath, roll your head forward. And we're not even gonna pick the head up. I want you to just walk your hands forward and come into a forward fold. Use a block if you need. Walk your hands in, come up. Change the cross of your legs. Your right shin now on top. Pad as needed. You can lift your hips as needed. Right hand down. Sit on the palm. Lean so you already feel a stretch, and that might be enough. You might drape the arm. Fingertips come onto the jawline and just let that arm be heavy. You might rotate your gaze towards the floor. Do what you did on the other side. And it doesn't have to be even on each side. You might take more time in one spot, do what feels good. And then letting the arm come away from the head if it's there, and take the hand you're sitting on out, rotate forward, and walk yourself out forward. Lock your hands in and come up. You can sit any way for this. We're going to do some just gentle jaw massage. Get your fingers to find the line of your jaw, your mandible. So feeling that spot where you feel the bones move. And the jawbone, the mandible. You're holding on to it, maybe drawing it down. You can close and open. You might just enjoy just massaging this whole area from the hinge of your jaw down. You can slide your heels of your hand down, let your jaw go slack. Do that a few times. And then figure eights with your chin. So just really, nobody's looking at you. You guys are gonna have to watch me do this. It's really looking, it's very effective. Figure eight with your jaw. I'm gonna stop talking. Go in both directions. Oh, let that go. And you can lay down on your back. You might take happy baby and then take shavasana or a twist. Up to you. You have however